Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another Tesla electric car video of me, Adam Well-Informed. So this wasn't the video I had planned for today, not at all. In fact, this isn't even going to be in my usual style, as what happened has, it's just totally deflated me. Equally, you're going to find out why I am deflated, including a small and ambitious rant, but I'm hoping you actually agree with me and you can help me with my issue that I've got. So to get a real understanding of the issue, I'll set the scene and show you the emotional damage. Hopefully I did that pretty good, and if I didn't, it really does reflect how I feel right now. So my Sunday was going pretty well. I was out shopping with my family. My intentions were to clean the car before being able to take some fresh, awesome video shots as I do ahead of my next Tesla vlog entry. Full disclosure, as I took this video, I know I had the paint damage at this very point, but I still proceeded to clean the car with caution because using a pressure washer can exacerbate the issue. I mean, I can already visualize it just peeling away like wallpaper or dead skin. Thankfully, there was no peeling when I washed the car, but I was initially twitchy to clean the car in the first place, as I know that there was spots of tree sap, etc. all over the paintwork, and as any keen person that loves their car, you want to avoid those environmental paint defects. So it was really important that I clean the car and put it back into its pristine state again. Hopefully with these shots you can see and agree that I'm of the opinion that it looks pretty good, and if you're interested in how I do clean my car, I'll put up a video in the corner of the screen now if you're interested in my routine. But as you can see, a good wash to me really brings out the pearlescent white in the pearlescent white paint, and it looks even better when there's a bit of sun shining on it, which is not very often here in the UK. Oh, another reason why I wanted to wash the car today was to do with my black wheel covers. If you saw my new accessories video a few weeks back, I mentioned I chipped my front right wheel cover on a high curb, and I had a new wheel cover replacement on its way. Well, here it is, fully replaced. I don't plan to distract you from the purpose of the video, and I will focus solely on my paintwork issue. Therefore, look out for the YouTube short on this, and in particular the condition of my original OEM wheels. Just so you don't miss it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to need all your support I can get just to help me fix this small but incredibly annoying issue, mark, whatever it is. I need your help on it. So moving on to the issue itself. Whilst the blemish, shall we call it, doesn't look significant, I think the angle and the sun complexion here is masking it a little. As we get a little bit closer, we can see the whole paint area has been tarnished to the metal. So it's actually quite severe and generally about the size of your fingernail. On the left of the blemish, the paint is ever so slightly more lifted and rolled up, but I have absolutely no bloody clue how this even happened in the first place. I literally popped to the shops for 10 minutes, went back for the pushchair when I first spotted it. So you can imagine what I did when I first spotted it. I got my phone out, rang my wife and said every colourful language under the sun. Effectively, I said, "You will never believe it. Some fighting goon hit the car again." And if you're smart enough, you can probably guess I didn't actually say fighting. I said something else much more colourful. And the reason I said again, if you are a newcomer and you did pick up on that word again, that's because my car has already been rear-ended, roughly 11 months into ownership. The damage wasn't significant, and then someone did actually crash into the side of us when the car was parked up on the road and no one was in it, just 3 weeks after that very first incident. So to say I carry anger when someone hits my pride and joy is quite frankly an overstatement. It's just like your own car. It's your own pride and joy. When someone tarnishes it, it just creates hassle. It wastes my time talking to insurance companies when I could have been doing something far, far more productive. The insurance system. Whilst it has allowed my car to be repaired in a timely manner, myself and my wife are still penalised because other people can't drive their cars at the moment. Can anyone sympathise with me on this? Here in the UK, if you're fully you can accrue no claims bonus each year, and after 5 years I believe you can protect them. Luckily, we had protected our nose claim bonus, but if you have so many claims or incidents within a certain period, I think it may be 2 years or something like that, then you lose that entitlement if you get involved in those incidents. So I'm literally trying to compensate for the poor drivers on the roads at the moment, because I'm actively trying to avoid people's inability to drive their car properly and even brake within a safe distance. Even when it comes to parking, I'm not that guy who has to park in the furthest spaces away from the shop or wherever I am. You know, even that doesn't work. As you can see, this is bloody Exhibit A of, well, at least I think it is Exhibit A of how even doing that can't stop people just damaging your car. I'm just getting myself so worked up over this, and I'm just going to earmark this little section here as my rant and then get back to the story. And you probably want to know if I find a culprit and what I'm actually going to do about this whole issue. So shortly after calling my wife, she makes her way to me and says, hey, let's look at the central cam footage. So we sit down and watch all the recorded events since we last thought it was perfectly fine. The damage itself sticks out rather easily, and I was confident it wasn't there over 24 hours ago, so we had a small window to play with. I'd parked next to a bush at this very given moment, so I had the extra space on that passenger side within our bay, and there was also a car next to us. Plenty of space though, not to get hit. For those that don't have any idea what Sentry Mode is, it's effectively a near 360-degree dash cam to catch pesky muggles that intentionally and unintentionally crash into parked Teslas. Front, rear, left and right footage is recorded simultaneously in 10-minute increments, and footage starts to be recorded usually when something gets close to the vehicle, whether that is a car, person or a cat. But through the handful of events recorded, I could see absolutely nothing suspicious, especially from the car next to us at the time. The guy just jumps into his car like you would expect. At this point, my anger just sorts of dispenses, and then I started to doubt my investigative ideals. Like, did someone actually hit me? Maybe the central cam just missed it. Ultimately, I just have no usable evidence to suggest foul play. So with no one else to blame and pick up the bill, it's time to assess the damage to my wallet. However, there was 2 more routes that I could go down and assess, and if they were liable. The first being Tesla, and if the paint had in fact flaked off. There had been reports of such behaviour before, so it's probably worth just assessing if that's the case here, right? In my case, I've had my Tesla for almost 18 months and I've had no flaking issues to date. In fact, if we look over my paintwork, I'm actually really happy with how it's holding up. I mean, it's not perfect. I've got a few rock chip marks, in particular around the front of the vehicle, on the bonnet, but just being realistic, that's going to happen with any car if a rock collides with it. I wouldn't say that the car is littered with rock chips at all. Take a look at the front lip, that is still flawless. It has no marks whatsoever. Even around the wheel arch, no visible rock marks, and neither does the arch towards the back of the wheel. Though saying that, I know Tesla do sell a PPF kit for this area, if you are concerned. But to conclude, on my paint itself, I've been really happy with the quality of the paint job. The marks that are present don't seem unreasonable for almost 18 months worth of ownership. They are so small that they could be picked up with a paint repair kit from Tesla if you were bothered by it, but saying that, they're so small and infrequent, it doesn't bother me at all. This big blemish, however, that damn right does stick out like a sore thumb, and that does annoy me. Anyway, I popped a service ticket into Tesla to assess if this could be related to flaking in any way possible. The outcome is good and it's also bad. The good news is that they were pretty quick to confirm it wasn't flaking and stated that it was external damage. And as you can guess, that is also the bad news all in one go. So now we have to do a full circle and assume that it's probably a door ding again. But I still have one more route that I can take. Back when my repair work was done for our insurance claim, this same passenger door required a respray. Now this respray came with a warranty period, so maybe the same principles as before applies. Maybe the paint was defect from potentially that repair work. So I decided to email the branch that did the repair work, and shortly after I got a call back after he saw the photos, and he also reinstated that this was probably external damage. Some of you may now be thinking, well, why aren't I challenging Tesla or challenging this repair shop a lot more? And I'm simply not, for one reason. That's because they are the experts and I have no evidence to suggest it otherwise. I don't know how or what damage has caused this to happen. So I just know that there is a bloody chunk of paint missing and I'm just left with one reasonable option right now. That is to repair it. So I did some research online, tried to source some good Tesla paint shops near me on social media, and it was time for me to ping out some emails. I ended up emailing some smart repair shops, and I emailed the closest Tesla approved body shop near me as well. The difference in the quotation prices were just simply staggering. If you're wondering what a smart repair is, it stands for small to medium area repair technology. Essentially, they use the right tools and technology to cover just the area of impact without needing to respray the whole unit, effectively making small imperfections like this just more affordable to be corrected, and also in a great, credible way. The first quote that I got was from a local firm with plenty of great reviews online. They also claim to have worked with Teslas before and wanted to charge £350, which is about $440 US. They'd need the vehicle in the shop for just over 24 hours, which is also a good pro. The second quote that I got was, hang on, wait for this, over £1,600 or $2,000 for this small imperfection the size of my fingernail. This was from the not so local Tesla approved repair shop, if you're wondering who it's from. The third and final quote that was provided to me, but they are a little bit further away from me than the first firm that quoted me. They wanted to charge £550 and they wanted to have the car for over a couple of days, so not as convenient as the first quote that I got. They didn't have as many reviews online again, but they claim to have worked with Teslas, and that one did also come with a personal recommendation from a non-Tesla related vehicle. So 3 very different prices to fix one relatively small/big imperfection. I also tried a mobile company like Chips Away, but apparently they don't work with Teslas because they don't have the right shutdown codes. I'm not really sure if that's really required to do this sort of job, but then again, what do I know? All I know is that they didn't want to work on it, and I did also attempt another small mobile repair guy, and he just told me straight, and I really respect his honesty. He just said, this needs to go to a body repair shop. This is not a job for a mobile technician. So I fully respect that guy's honesty straight up. So to conclude, do you guys think this is external damage? Does this have textbook door ding written all over it? It is near the serrated edge, so it's quite possible that it is. Plus, I've had 2 independent verifications that it is. So I'm convincing myself that this diagnosis is probably right, especially since I've looked over this footage on my computer. I've not actually seen this before in this kind of light. In particular, I saw this little clip and I can sort of see a line underneath it, which to me looks like it could be from a potential door ding. But then again, what do I know? But do you see that line too? To the naked eye in a normal daylight, it isn't visible, so I'm not sure if I'm just seeing what I want to see in this video. Overall, what do you think has happened, and do you think £350 or that very first quote sounds credible for someone to complete this job? Maybe you already have a Tesla and you've been through something similar, and if so, I'd really love to hear your experience. Alternatively, if you just want to say hi them, then I'll give you a cheeky thumbs up for engaging with the video. I'll keep you updated on the outcome, and it's only fair to show the solution and the outcome when it is available, and the best way that you can do that is to subscribe to my channel so you can hear it first from me. That's it for me this week. You've been great, and I'll see you in the next one next week, and maybe, just maybe, you'll see a YouTube short from me very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.